Just thought I'd do a review of a new camera. And a new camera is not this one, this is a Mobius obviously. It's been a great camera the last year or so. I've hammered it, dropped it, you name it, I've done it to this camera. I've even stood on it, it still works. It's a brilliant camera. I've recently changed a case because the old case was damaged on the rubberized effect had worn off it, and then refurbishing that. But you can easily, like I say, order new parts, lenses, swap everything around on it, change the battery to a capacitor, do everything. And it's a good camera. But there's a few features it's not got, which this camera has. This is a Runcam. This is specially designed for the flight enthusiast RC, radio controlled, helicopters, drones, etc. And it's custom designed basically for that market. But of course I thought this can be used in model railways, and I've been waiting for something like this to be made and designed for a long time, for the size of what it is. So let's get it out of the box. That's what it looks like. It's well packaged, very well done, really nice box. Paid about £92 for this. Sounds a lot of money, but hopefully it'll live up to its expectations because it's got some good reviews on other YouTube channels. So there we go. And if you compare it with the size of the Mobius, there's not a lot of difference. The actual, if I pull it out of this, it's a lot thicker. That's no big deal. Might be slightly wider. Again, that's no big deal. Not bothered about that. It's small enough to do what I want. It's got a nice wide angle lens there as well as some other features. So unlike the Mobius, this has got audible beeps when you press the record button. It's got lights, etc. So you know when you're going to record, stop recording, because it makes an audible sound. And the back slides off and you get access to, be careful with this, the battery slot, which has an easily accessible battery so you can pull it out, slot a new one in if you run out of power, etc., which is a brilliant idea. It's got micro SD card slot there, micro USB port there. I don't know what these other two slots are for, hang on, just bear with me. Oh yeah, I think those slots are for engaging the rear cover. And the rear cover's got a sponge type material on the back there to stop the battery rattling around, which is good. Yeah, so really like that. In the box is really well done. We get the instructions, you know, quite a few different languages. Underneath that we get a battery, which is great because they're not a lot of money, and 3.7 volt, I think. 3.7 volt and 850 milliamp, which is fine, that'll do. Do what I want anyway. Let's have a look. In the other side of the box we get another box which opens up, and we get some leads, and that'll be a video lead. That'll be for connecting into a receiver, the radio controlled plane, car, boat, whatever you're using it for. And we also get a strap for strapping it onto some sort of bracket or bar system, some velcro. We also get a really short USB cable. I've never seen anything as short as that ever. Pretty funny, that made me laugh. And of course the last thing we get is a brilliant little bracket, similar to the Mobius bracket, very very similar. So we've got I don't know what's in there, let's have a closer look in here. Let's have a look. We've got a little, what's that? Oh, that's quite a nice little strap thing there, so put on. Don't know where that hooks on the actual camera, I'm not sure. Oh, through that bit there, probably. So we've got, I don't know, one of these other hood type things for the lens. That's the part that slots into there, very similar to the Mobius. That slots in there and then you put your camera, which is great, I really like that. Don't know how it slots in, how easy it is to slot in, etc. Let's have a look. Looks like it just slots in like that. I'm not going to force it because I don't want to mess around with it too much until I make sure it's working properly, otherwise it's going back. So that's it, that's what it looks like. Right, for me the best feature on this is the ability to record at 60 frames a second. It's an 1080p. And well, the most important feature, it does Wi-Fi. It'll send a signal back to your tablet or smartphone. So I'll push the battery and that goes in quite nice, and I've got an SD card here which I'll probably format. It's got to be a class 6 or above, I think. This is a class 10. You've got to make sure it's fast enough for the HD 60 frames a second, and that card just goes in, slots in there. Not sure which way, I'll have a look in a minute. But there we go, that's right, so it's formatted an SD card, class 10, 32 gig. Battery's in there, not sure whether it's going to power up, but I'll try it. Yeah, it powers up. You get a nice light there. Press and hold. Switches off. That's great. So, what I need to do next is update any firmware. So I'll download the app onto my smartphone. So the smartphone here, it's huge. It's a Galaxy Note 4. So if I go to Runcam software, there we go. So what I'm going to do now is power up the camera. That's powered on. Let's see what happens there now. This is the first time I've done this, so press on, that must mean set up, long press, next step, one short press on Wi-Fi button, wait for the Wi-Fi indicator to blink. Okay, press the Wi-Fi button. It's Wi-Fi mode. Next step, looking for camera. There it is, it's found it. Click on that. Connecting to the camera. I don't know if there's any security. See what happens. Don't know whether it's too close to do this, you know, having the camera so close to the receiver. Camera binding fails. And what it's referring to is to switch off my mobile data, so that's fine. So we'll try again. Next step. Turn off mobile data. Aha! It's logged on. There we go. How cool is that? Yeah, it's a low resolution feedback image, but that's fine. I'm not bothered about that. That seems to work very nice. And of course, that should make it record. We've got time lapse, video. So if I can press that, so that's recording now, and the light's flashing. So that's fantastic. So I can record on the fly. That's really good. Or we can take a photo. Let's have a look. Oh, it flashes green in photo mode. That's good. Press that. Let's took a picture. Shows a picture on the app. That's just been taken. 1.49 megabytes. Okay, get out of that. Time-lapse photo. burst mode. Yeah, so that's all good news, that. Very good. Not sure what other information it gives. You can do quite a lot of setups on this by the looks of it. Got a setup menu. Wow, we've got a lot of menus here. Lots and lots of menus. Wow, that is amazing. Firmware version. Let's have a look at this, because it might update through the app on the smartphone. Yeah, so we've got data stamp, auto sync, auto shut off, auto feedback beep, USB. We've got loads of audio settings, TV mode. It's just brilliant, this. Absolutely brilliant. Of course, the actual Wi-Fi range is about 10 meters from the camera to smartphone or tablet, etc. Yeah, so the app works fine. I've just logged onto the Runcam site and it's really good up to now. You can download the latest firmware, get the user manual, download the app or whatever. Yeah, so there's the cam wagon, which is working nice. It sends a Wi-Fi signal back. It's not in high resolution, but it's similar to the Roku camera loco quality, but that's fine. That's all you need, because it films in high resolution, so you can access all the controls and start and stop the video remotely, which is good. Updated the firmware via logging on the website, downloading the firmware file and directly putting it onto the SD card root directory manually, and then reboot the camera, and the camera will automatically update the firmware once the file's on the SD card. So you don't really do it over Wi-Fi, although you probably can. So yeah, that's I've left the back off the camera just so I can easily access the battery and a bit more cooling as well. And got a 64 megabyte class 10 card in there, so it's going to be really good for filming. I also probably will try it out as a dash cam as well, see what it looks like as a dash cam. And the lens is not as wide angle, it's not ultra wide like the Mobius 2, like the Mobius 1 with the second generation wider angle lens, but it's really nice what you see. So yep. Right, well, there's the app working on Wi-Fi, and I can control the filming. Private landscape. There we go, there's a live feedback. So we can control the filming. We can change resolutions to very high. Overall, the camera, it's got plus points and negative points. Obviously audio is terrible, so with drones, etc., when you're flying with helicopters, you don't need the audio, because you get the noise off the props, etc. And I think it really is, obviously it's set up for drones, and even so the audio is still rubbish on this camera. I think the Runcam 3 will probably get around that. It's nearly there. I mean, the video and the menus and all the rest of it, the detachable battery, all that lot, it's really good, and I'm going to keep it just for that reason. It is a good camera, but depending on what you want to use it for. Well, it's not really meant for model railways, but I thought I'd review it anyway, just to let people know in case we're thinking of buying it. So that's it. Thanks for watching.